Jones goes after the first pitch. This one deep to center. McLean back, and that one is gone. A towering shot to center for Christian Jones. His second home run in as many days. And it's 4-3 here in the fourth.
1-1. Here's a rip into the gap. This one could be trouble. And it goes to the wall. Babin clearing the bases as Jones comes around third. Babin looking for a triple, and he's going to get it. A bases clearing triple for the freshman. 5 RBI today, and the Camels up 9. This time he goes after it, and that's going to add to his totals. Down the line it goes for extra bases. Barefoot is in. Christian Jones going to be sent around third, and he will score. How about Minnick, a 2 RBI double, and the Camels are cooking a 5-0 lead here in the third. Thomas to the fastball, could be 2. Jones, the flip. How about the turn by Kyle Mel, double play. That'll end the inning. Zach Cohn now with 1 down and rips one in the center. Here's Myers on the move, and Myers with the diving catch. Myers, a pitch he can drive. Deep in the left to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run shot for Bryce Myers, his first of the season. And it's a 10-run inning here in the fourth.
Bottom of the second we go. The Wolfpack out to a 2-0 lead. Already 11 games into the year, as conference play right around the corner for both of these teams. Right now, though, Wolfpack will move 9-1-2 in the order as JT Jarrett, talented young infielder, just a freshman, digs in for his 6th career start.
And this is another freshman that stepped up to the plate when, some injuries happened early on for the Wolfpack, and he's just stepped up and he's been able to perform. And I know Coach Evan, loves that, not being, having a guy come in and be scared of the opportunity that is handed to him. So I think he's done a great job so far.
It's a 1-1 count to Jarrett out of Greensboro, North Carolina. In fact, a prolific career at Northern Guilford High School. Was the MVP of the 3A state tournament before coming on down to Raleigh to start his college career. And chops one off his own foot for strike 2.
And that one's going to hurt. That was the worst thing about baseball for me, is fouling those off your shin, off your foot. Those hurt no matter where it is.
Evan Budrovich and Andrew Simpson here with you. Andrew, a captain on that 2012 team here at State. And always a man who knows his way around the ballpark.
I felt like I was here forever.
And a swing and a miss. Minnick holds on for strike 3. Horrell, his first strikeout of the day to JT Jarrett.
And that's the curveball that I think Horrell needs to go to for his out pitch. It's a harder pitch. That is it's not as a loopy 12-6 that kind of just stays in the zone. It's more of one that's, starts at their chest and is able to drop down to, the lower part of the zone. So I think that's the one that he needs to stick with later on, 2 strikes, and just keep that out pitch.
Josh McLean with a 1-0 count in his favor. He popped up to short his first time today. And goes after this one to third, and Shaw is there. And Barron just got his foot back to first to make the play for out number 2.
That's a nice play by Barron right there. He's able to kind of find the bag on a throw a little bit outside his liking. So nice play by Barron at first.
The junior first baseman tip-taps the bag for the second out. And now Brett Kinnaman watches the shift unfold. And he'll dig in, grounding out right to the shift in his first and only AB. Takes a strike from Horrell to get things started. This was the exact spot Michael sat in the first inning, too quickly out. And then a big rally fueled by 3 walks and 2 runs in. Now a changeup ripped into the gap in right center, and that one's got extra bases. All the way to the wall it goes as Kinnaman a stand-up double, his 3rd of the year. And that ball jumped off his bat with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's just a changeup that stayed in the middle of the plate. Didn't get much movement towards the outside of the corner, and that's a pitch that Kinnaman has been dominating this whole year. It's just he's been hitting a lot of mistakes off of pitchers, and that's kind of where his bread and butter is. If you make a mistake, he is going to attack it.
Kinnaman last year went 2 for 2 with a couple of runs when these teams met, and he continues his hot start against the Camels now at second base. Here's Will Wilson The shortstop with 2 outs and a chance to add on to this 2-0 lead here in the second. Horrell comes home with a fastball, tugging that first base side of the rubber, and gets a strike. Wilson's single really kick-started the inning in the first. And now his average up to 223 on the year. Here's the 0-1. Horrell misses low. His pitch count starting to become a big question here for the Camel starter. 42 pitches and counting, and he's grinding through the second inning.
Yeah, and that's a compliment to that NC State offense. Like, is forcing him to get into deep counts. You know, I think he got one that was early on the count, but most of his hitters so far have been into 2-2, 1-2, 3-2 counts. So I just think that's NC State's offense is, you know, being comfortable out there and being able to get into those deep counts and making him work harder than what he really wants to.
2 outs recorded in a row by Horrell. And now a double by Kinnaman at second. Here's the 2-1. And that curve just going to miss outside. Pushing the count in the favor of Wilson. 3-1. Will Wilson, couple of doubles and a home run early in this season. He's been one of the lone bats not exploding to start this year. Coming off a great freshman campaign. This time he gets a pitch to hit and rips it foul. So now a full count to Will Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, his freshman year was one of the best ones that a freshman have here in a while. You know, preseason All-American this year. So a lot of the expectations coming in this year, and I think he's handled it pretty well. You know, he's gone through some injuries, I think, in the first week with his wrist, and that's always a scary injury. But you know, he's able to kind of just keep doing what he does, and he does everything perfect. I mean, he's just not a guy that's going to go out and kind of show up anything, but you know, he does everything right.
He'll add a walk to that list of accolades as he reaches with 2 outs here in the first inning, the second inning, I should say. Will Wilson, a freshman All-American in a couple of publications last year, including D1 baseball. Him and Kinnaman, 2 exciting prospects on, with Evan Edwards looking to cash him in and 2 outs in the inning. Edwards, a power left-handed bat in this lineup. Takes a strike.
I was watching his BP today, and I think in his group it was him, Kinnaman, and Debo, and it was quite the show, especially with the wind blowing out. I saw a lot of balls going off that scoreboard.
Got hit about 395 to touch that board at least. As he takes a curveball in for a strike. Horrell quickly up 0-2.
And Horrell's done a great job getting, you know, to that 2-strike count, but it just hasn't been able to finish one off. And I think right here, you know, a heavy dose of changeups and then maybe mix in a fastball late would work.
Changes speeds and looking on the check swing. No attempt, says Richie Hogg. So now 1-2 to Edwards. Evan's been a tough man to get out this year. Average sitting at 450. But more importantly, just 4 strikeouts on the entire campaign. Now the 1-2. And Edwards doing his part, working the pitch count of Horrell up near 50 now in this second inning, and a 2-0 lead for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, you can see Horrell try to sneak a fastball in there, and I think that's what he needs to do. You know, I think right now going back to his off-speed pitches, change-up, curveball, whatever one he has more confidence in, is going to hopefully work for him.
That 12-6 misses outside, so work the count full is Evan Edwards. This is where the lineup really gets dangerous. Brock Deathridge and Brad Debo, the 2 behind him. NC State averaging 9 runs a game, already 2 in the first, and threatening with 2 more on and 2 outs. Payoff pitch is ripped. Jimenez to his right, and Barron can't get his foot back to the bag. As the run comes in to score, Deathridge read it well, getting some help.
That is an unbelievable play by Jimenez right there. I think he didn't realize how much time he had and then made the errant throw. But, you know, right there, it's so hard as a first baseman. You want to stay on the base, but I think he almost had a better chance of just taking that throw off the base and almost getting the guy at home. But as everything's going on, you know, you think you could he could stay on the bag. But unbelievable play by him. It's just, you know, this throw is just a little off.
Jimenez out of Venezuela, very good athlete. We've already seen a couple of times today. Kinnaman scored from second on the play, and it's 3-0. Good strike into Deathridge. Deathridge, though, was important on that play, too, guiding his runner around third and telling him what he needed to do.
Yeah, and, you know, that's what you look for. I think most guys kind of overlook that position when you're on deck, and you don't realize what's going on. But, you know, another veteran in this lineup, been here before and knows what to do.
That one's down the line and fair. One run in. Zaroli picks it up in the corner, and holding at third is Wilson. So Wilson scores, Edwards to third, and Deathridge an RBI double.
And this is, you know, another thing, the NC State's offense, 2 outs, 2-out runs. They've been doing it all season long, and it's, I mean, I think it's just, you could see how confident they are in their bats. You know, two outs, 1 out, it doesn't really matter to them right now.
First hit of the day for Deathridge, now 5 for the Wolfpack, and a 4-0 lead here in the second. Here's Brad Debo with 2 down, and he'll take a fastball for a strike. Death by 1,000 punches tonight for the Wolfpack. Both rallies with 2 outs and nobody on, and yet already 4 runs in, and Horrell's pitch count rising over 50 in this game.
Yeah, definitely the last thing that, you know, this Campbell team wants to see. You get to 2 outs, you got no one on, and then, you know, things start falling apart. But, you know, Horrell's done a great job getting to 2 outs. You know, he works quick, he's getting ahead of hitters. It's just a matter of, you know, punching them out and making those pitches with 2 strikes.
Make it 2-1 to Brad Debo, who himself kick-started the rally. He drove in 2 in his first AB. And now Debo, a talented hitter, the DH today, just a sophomore out of Durham, works the count in his favor, 2-1. And all of a sudden, Horrell down on the count, 3-1. Always tough to tell how long Horrell will go in this game, but a couple of arms start heading out to the bullpen now for the Camels.
Yeah, you can see one guy running down the bullpen right now, and that's definitely not what you want to see, you know, in the second inning.
And a 5-pitch walk to Debo. This all with 2 outs, remember, and the base is loaded for the 3rd time in this game, as Patrick Bailey, the freshman, digs in.
And that pitch right there, you know, a 3-1 pitch, it's a 50-50 pitch that he's just, you know, not getting today, and maybe just trying to make it a little bit too perfect on the outside corner, but it's just a pitch that, you know, umpire behind the plate he's stuck with so far, and he just hasn't called it a strike.
Bailey takes as that one's in for a strike. Remember, Bailey also walked in the first inning. It's been a tough day for Horrell controlling his pitches. Already 5 walks issued. That's a career high for a junior who led the Big South in least amount of walks last year. Roller to second. Jimenez collects and makes the play for out number 3. Wolfpack add 2 more to the lead, 4-0 as we head to the 3rd here at Doak Field.
He goes right after the first pitch, and that's through for a base hit. 2 runs will come in as Anshawn barefoot score. There goes Jones head first in the 3rd, and a 12-0 lead for the Camels by way of Zach Minnick.
Trying to build on it now with 2 outs. And Jones gets a pitch he can drive deep in a left field. Bridges gives chase, and he's not going to get there. A 2-run home run for Christian Jones. Dingers, stingers, and a side of chicken fingers for CJ. Make it 8-3 here in the 5th.
Our grounder to short. Jimenez deep in the hole. Luis the cannon, and Barron there to stretch it out.
Here's the 1-2. How about a 3rd strikeout? Whitsack feeling it. So he goes to the fastball for strike 3. Still 2 down. Bases remain loaded as Jones has scored earlier in this inning and hits here with 2 outs. Slow roller to 3rd. Off the bag and fair. 1 run in. Babbitt makes it 2. Kicked into the corner, and the Camels taking advantage
Runner on the move, Kinnaman. Minnick's throw a beauty, and Jimenez there to apply the tag. So the defense of Zach Minnick right in tune for a quick inning as Winans heads the dugout. Campbell's coming to the plate when we come back here on the Big South Network.